Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning. Welcome back to Wayne's Arcade World. And we're going old school. We're going to some of the very early days of my live streams before I had the Retro PC, before I had Steam. There's one game in particular I was playing. One game in particular I was playing trying to beat my friend 165 on YouTube, also called Eric, his real name. Um, we kind of fanboy each other, kind of talking about strategizing over River Raid. He's a big Atari 2600 fan, and he really likes River Raid, and I really liked River Raid. Growing up, it was definitely one of my favorite Atari 2600 games. I had a lot that are definitely for hello, John. I definitely had a few that were my favorite, and I've kind of talked about some of the games on the 5200 that me and my dad used to play, Moon Patrol Joust, but one of my faves, and probably one of my dad's faves too, on the Atari 2600 was River Raid. And so again, before I had a lot of this stuff set up here, I had, and I still do. They're kind of in the closet now because obviously with the retro PC having all the Atari 2600 stuff emulated, not only that, but having the Atari Game Station Pro in the other room, these Atari flashbacks haven't been as necessary, but this was one of the main instruments of my live streams in the early days. The Atari Flashback 2, I have the Atari Flashback 1, and I have the Atari Flashback 5, all given to me probably as gifts by my mom and dad when they first came out. These are basically also, they're not that different from these guys. They're really just emulation boxes on their own, just official emulation boxes. But one of the classics I used to play was River Raid, and again, with my friend Eric, AK165 on YouTube, we talked about our records and all that and our different strategies of playing it. So I played this a lot in the very beginning, but in case you didn't notice, hello Tyler, but in case you didn't notice, let me show you once again, yes, the crazy old chunky TV works for now. Yes, it is working again. I've been showing you guys this process. Um, I've shown you a couple times how it dies out. It seems. Unfortunately, no, this does not work. I've had this for a long time, not too long after I moved up here. Someone bought me this for Christmas. Unfortunately, the spring or whatever that's supposed to move these guys does not work. So it's up here for display, but whatever is supposed to kind of create some sort of tension here, and you get tension, let it go, boom. It's supposed to make these flip around. Unfortunately, no. So since none of these move around, the light up here doesn't work, sounds don't work, and anything. So unfortunately, it is. I could probably take it apart at some point, maybe see if I could figure it out. Not really something I'm expertise, but yeah, right now it's just kind of on display with all the minis over here. The My Arcade minis and my 1942 minis. So it's just kind of on display, but at some point I'll either try to get that fixed or, yeah. No, it's a good size, though. But they do sell these at, like, the Toys R Us, little pop-up shops in the malls and stuff. So I can find these around, not that big of a deal. So while the TV is set here, let me get this rolling. But yes, I was pretty excited to see that the old CRT is working, at least for now. I'm not super confident it's going to stay that way. I've already been through this once where I thought it was going to work and then it died again, so I'm not moving the Super Nintendo back here right now. Um, I'm going to look around. I'm going to ask in local community groups. Yeah, I've been trying to. Yeah, I've been getting a bunch of messages. I am kind of looking through them, trying to get caught on it. So I'll definitely continue to look through it, but make sure I'm caught up on it later when I can. But I don't know. I'm gonna see because honestly, I was gonna originally maybe try to just recycle this thing or whatever, but like this is actually a very valuable TV um, for retro enthusiasts. These type of TVs are actually highly sought after. So this is actually a very, very valuable investment. So if there is someone out there that I can find, maybe through local community groups, that are able to maybe take this thing apart, look at it, see if there's just some kind of thing that maybe needs to get tweaked on it a little bit, I think it would be worth if it doesn't cost too much. Because again, go to Midwest Gaming Classic and see what folks are charging for these restored TVs. But yeah, one that's this big, the one that's got the actual sort of flat screen on it. Yeah, this is because as you've seen how kind of pixelated my Super Nintendo is in the other room, you can playing retro games. Now, I'm a little like the retro PC, they kind of upscale it to make it look nice or whatever, but general plug-in hardware like an actual Super Nintendo, a Genesis, plugging into these, it's always going to look better. So for retro gamers, retro enthusiasts, these are actually valuable TVs. So if it just needs a little adjusting or a capacitor replaced or something like that, because as you can see, the picture when it's working is good. The sound is beautiful. It's got beautiful, wonderful sounding speakers on here on the side. I don't even know if it could really do it justice through YouTube, but beautiful sound. Picture's good. There's not dead pixels on here. There's no fuzzy lines. There's nothing bad at all. It just started this year doing the random thing where it wants to turn off, does a flash, and turns off. The research I've been doing on it kind of points to a safety issue, like it detects that something's not right while the TV's turning on, and then it turns off as a safety precaution. But after I leave it unplugged for a month or so, it's back on. So if it's something that could be fixed, I think this will be a good investment to keep here because of my retro gaming. And just a future investment, because this could be... I didn't obviously pay. This came with the house, but this could... at some point, someone could offer me some pretty decent money for this. But again, it's a heavy, like 200-pound TV. You can't... One person just cannot lift this thing out of here. And I just don't have anyone to help me move it out to a recycling center anyway. So if chance I could find someone in the community, or not too far, somewhere in Chicago in general, that will actually do a service call here and come here to look at it, that would be ideal. I don't know. Obviously they had tons of TV repairmen back in the 50s and 60s, but a little different days now. But because this is so sought after by retro enthusiasts, I just hate just bringing this to a recycling center. Unless it's just far gone. If it's going to take me thousands of dollars to tune it up and fix it and all that, then it's probably not worth it. But if it just needs some capacitors or some other little parts inside that aren't too expensive, oh man, I think this is almost worth keeping it, because finding these on third-party places or through like Midwest Gaming Classic, you'd be kind of surprised about how much folks want for these TVs. And ones that are not even this big, This was a pretty high-end TV back in the day, so... All right, we're going to get started. I am getting a live stream set up here on the laptop as well. Just in case something backs up. Right now it's okay. Yesterday was perfectly fine. GTA has a lot more potential, definitely. Yeah, I kind of was reading through some of the missed things and some of the things that they cut out. Definitely a shame on that. A classic TV. I like the colors. Yeah, and yeah, this is kind of like this is the way it's always been. What I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to turn off the decorations in the back, because there is a lot of reflection on here that I remember now. I haven't played this in a while. So let me get some of the stuff turned off back. I think you'll be able to see the screen a little better. Yeah, let's see if we can kind of get that turned off. Okay, cool. So you should be able to see it. But yeah. So, hey, it's working for now. As long as this thing's on, it should be fine. But the next time I try to turn it on, it'll be the big question, whether it'll actually work or not. But yeah, we're going to go... let's see. Let me look here. I'm going to get out of that live stream for a moment. We're going to go into live. And River Raid. You see our current one. So, quest for 30K on River Raid, 900 subscribers. Oh, yeah. So, 1 year ago, we had the quest for 30K on River Raid, 900 subscriber celebration. So yeah, we hit 30,000. That one was that. It says 1 year ago, but that doesn't mean. Okay, so October 7th, 2024, we had a live stream. We hit 30K. Was that the highest we ever went? Okay, no, not the highest. Here, let's see. This one here. Let's look at this one real quick. So this was 9 months ago. This was... Okay, so this is 9 months ago. This is when I was doing the Spooky Gaming series. So this live stream, Spooky Gaming Season, Pac-Man has Scary Ghosts, Spooky 2600, 40K on River Raid. So we got, so that was October 12th, 2025. And, oh, yeah, Tyler was in there. Yeah, Tyler was in that one. And it looks like his last chat. This was probably before I was doing Steam, though. But that was the last chat that Tyler said. He said, oh, he says, for example, doing a playthrough of one of the games on Steam you get and doing a series of streams on it. Do you think later when you get games on Steam, you will do a series of streams on games you get from Steam? Yep. Okay, so this must be right before I got Steam. And he says, Tyler says, when I was younger and lived in Indiana, this was 2008, I was 7. I used to watch my dad play Miss Pac-Man at a laundromat near us. And then we had Todd in here as well. And Patrick, so a lot of our regulars. I don't think John was in this one, but... so I'm just verifying what we actually got, but it looks like we did get 40 on here. $37, 38, 38, 38, 39, 40, 410, 45, 60, 45, 47, 48. Yes, 40,800. So we'll show you guys real quick here. Now, never mind. I can't. It's gonna have to start unplugging a bunch of stuff. But okay. So yes, 40,800 is what we got on Spooky Gaming Season. Pac-Man has Scary Ghost, Spooky 2600, 40K on River Raid. October 12th, 2025. And I think that may be one of the last times we streamed River Raid as well. I think we did try it on a Retro PC once or twice. But, so there you go. That's kind of what we got to try and beat, I guess. 40,800. Cool. Good to know. I've been kind of wondering where I got in there. I always forget, so... No, I have not done a search on that yet. I haven't asked in the community group either. They like asking those sort of things about random stuff, but yeah, I'll look around on that. I've been kind of shifting between. I've been kind of shifting between recycling to thinking maybe it might be worth the investment to get this thing tuned up. So yeah, I'll look through it and see. Honestly, I'm surprised. I did not think there was going to be a lot of that out there, to be honest with you. Turn up a little. Yeah, I honestly thought CRT repair was going to be something you kind of had to know someone, or maybe some kind of specialty electronic shops. I didn't think that would still be a thing, so that kind of surprising. Yeah, I'll look it up. Like I said, the biggest thing is I need to find someone with home repair, because I don't have anyone available to help me haul a 200-pound TV out to wherever, you know. It's like I need them to come out here. Like I would say, I'm not exaggerating. This thing is about as heavy as you probably think it looks. It's probably heavier. Yeah, it's hard to believe, I guess, but I mean, that probably sounds about right. That was probably about last fall, about 9 months ago, when I was just starting to get into Steam. Honestly, I was really kind of worried there at first, like, I didn't think I was going to be able to figure out how to use it, and I thought it was going to be too complicated. I think we've done pretty good at learning how to use that, but I can't believe that it's been around 9 months or so since I started using Steam. That's crazy. Obviously, and Tyler will tell you, it was January when we started the Shenmue series. That was our first big series on Steam. We did other little mini-series like Paranosia as well, and my first ever one, and Tyler remember this, was I tried the Disney Speedstorm. It was the first free game that I thought was interesting. And it's okay. It's very driven by ads and all that. Obviously, it's free to play, but it's very ad-driven. I did uninstall it just to save space, but at some point I might reinstall it and play it again. They've had several updates, because it's still in my library and see the update announcements. So they're adding characters and stuff, so it might be cool to revisit it at some point. Obviously, if this TV decides not to work, it's not like we can't play River Raid. Obviously, we have it on the Retro PC. Technically, my Wii is also hooked up via RCA, so I can unplug the Wii and plug these Atari Flashbacks in. I can plug the Atari Flashbacks in our little mini TV over by the decoration table. I can plug that into the VCR, so I have options. But this is just such a nice TV to play that. It's big enough that looks good on the stream. And again, River Raid's not the best example for a game with sound, but this really does have good sound on it. I hate that part. I think it's every 10,000 you get bonus points, or not bonus, bonus life. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get Eric to really join on the live stream lately. I don't think he's as active on YouTube as I am, but I do keep him up to date on what's going on. And, you know, I talk about some plans, or I'll ask him for some advice or ideas, and I don't think he gets on my channel too much. He definitely hasn't commented much lately. He is technically a Super Squad member because he has left me more than 100 comments, but he hasn't commented. He did comment on one video not too long ago, but not as much as he used to. And actually, in our regular squad list, obviously Tyler's up top. Tyler's pretty close to getting into the Super Squad list. He just needs a few more comments and he'll be the Super Squad list. And I think it's our buddy. I think it's our buddy X-Men, or I forget now who's on the top, but and then actually the second and third on the squad are actually also inactive members. Again, they're people who have commented a lot in the past, but one is an older gentleman and one is someone who's really young, who used to like a lot of my showbiz. He's like a big Chuck E. Cheese fan, but I don't know if he's active on YouTube or what. He does post something once in a while, but I don't think he really pays attention to anything like that. He used to be a very, very regular commenter, and he hasn't posted. There's actually a lot of inactive, so there's great opportunities for someone who wants to comment on my channel and can rise up the ranks pretty quick, because there's a lot of the second and third place is both inactive, and then Tyler's on there, and then I think so yeah, it's like Tyler, and I think like the X-Men or someone else, one of our regular participants, commenters, is on there for third or second place, and then it's third and fourth that are not active. One's Old Elm, and then I forgot what the younger guy, what his current user is on there. So definitely some rankings for someone to get up there to third pretty quickly. This is a game I kind of, while it is definitely stressful at times, I also kind of find it relaxing when I don't die like that, but... you are... I'd have to look. You are definitely on the list. You are... I think you're somewhere in the middle. You're definitely... You've had more than 10 comments. You're on the list. I'd have to look, but I think you're somewhere in the middle. I put the list on my homepage so anyone can really see if they want to. So what I ended up... I usually just have one, squad list, but then... unfortunately, which kind of stinks, is you can't really once you reach 100 comments, that's all it says, 100 plus. So I can't tell who has the most after that. So that list is just everyone who's 100 plus, and I put whoever's the newest at the kind of at the top of the list. But I can't tell who has 200 comments or whatever. I mean, the only thing I can kind of track is the hearts, but that's not always perfectly accurate. But then as I started to get more 100 plus, I split it up, and then anyone who's basically 10 to 99, I added onto the list. And the only reason I kind of did that was because there's definitely a lot. I have a lot of people who are kind of in that 2 to 4 range or whatever. So that would be a really extensive list. Maybe someone who commented on made a couple comments on one video or something. I have a lot of folks that are in that 2, 3, 4 range. But once you get to 10, that list goes down quite a bit. And even even there's definitely some inactive people who doesn't feel like to me they actually really still follow my. So there's inactive there, but yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure. Like I know Tyler's top, and I think it's X-Men. I don't know. I gotta look again at the list. And then number 3 and number 4 are actually inactive. So, and then yeah, once you get number 100, then that's when I throw up on the other list. And then we have the live stream squad, which again is kind of because I don't put like if you're on the squad list, I don't necessarily put. I put Tyler. Tyler's on both because he requested to be on both. But normally, what I do for that is just kind of recognize as many people as I can. If there's someone who has made a chat for more than one, yeah. If someone's made more than one chat, in more than one live stream, but they don't quite have 10 comments yet, then they're in my live stream squad list. And then once someone's on the regular squad list, the 10 to 99, then I just include them on that. So that gives me a chance because I definitely have a few regular live streamers, but they don't actually comment on my videos, so that allows me to recognize them as well. But yeah, I think you're somewhere in the middle in there, John. Yeah, once we get through with this, I can look that up. Okay, well, we got 30,000, so we got the bonus there, or bonus life, so that's good. Okay, so we're trying to beat 40,800. And if I do get a record, I gotta update the title, so I can keep track of this. I mean, I've done pretty good at getting to 30,000 pretty regularly. Particularly thought of myself as good at this game, but for as much as Eric plays it, he was like, that's actually a really good score, man. Like, okay. I don't know if I played this as much as, well, I mean, this is definitely probably on my top played Atari games back then as a kid. Definitely one of the discussions I've had with Eric is we talk about how he kind of moves through at a faster pace. I'm definitely a little bit slower, which is kind of my strategy. I've already suggested, like, if you do have if you're good on fuel, definitely still do a little bit and hit the fuel things because you get points for those too. But I'm definitely a little more conservative. I use more of the fuel things. We've run out once or twice now, but I haven't done as good as that. 38,580. Oh, we do have one extra life. Okay, cool. But yeah, if you like this, and if this TV still works, I'll be happy to, you know, do more of this. As I said, I'm pretty sure we have this on the retro PC. There's just kind of something special about this on here. Oh, baby, get it? Yes! Why am I happy? Because we got 40K, we got an extra life. Now, last time we did this, we got the extra life of 40K, and then I lost both pretty quickly. So, should be good to beat our record here. Let's get the field, want the field. Nice. You got it! New record, baby! Well, not a world record, but it's a record for the channel, record for the live streams. We did it. Let's keep rocking. We have an extra life, though. Well, I don't know why I say I find this game relaxing, but then it's so stressful as well. So it gives me mixed emotions here. I'm honestly really glad this TV worked, because if I'm going to do this record, I want this to be on a better TV, not the small one, so. And I don't know why, if it's just a controller, but I feel like I can control the plane a little better here than on the retro PC. I don't know why, on the Atari Flashback. That's close. Ah! Okay, we got another one up here. Alright, we did it though. Holy cow. Oh my goodness. Wow. Alright, let's a little bit. Let me refresh my thing here. Let me look up the list here. Where am I on the list? Okay, so I think we got a last one from John. Okay, cool. So let me go on the other one here. Just to kind of, again, I do apologize. I was forgetting who's exactly on the list here, but let me, again, anyone can look at this if they want. Oh, okay, all right. So, yes, in Wayne's Squad, 10 to 99 comments is obviously Tyler, who's just a few comments away for making a Super Squad list. X-Men Rogue. He does change his name once in a while. I was just trying to hard remember, but actually, you're pretty far up there. I can't remember your exact count right now, what you have, but you are, John, you are actually essentially in third place, kind of, because Tyler, X-Men Rogue, which you've seen on some of the live streams recently, he is second place right now with his comments. And then the two inactive people who I have not heard from in a long time is Old Elm, which I hope he's okay. I don't have any contact for him. He's an older gentleman, as you can see from the picture. So I'm hoping he's doing well. I have no clue. And then Daryl Jefferson Shark, who he is posting once in a while. I just don't think he's interested in my channel anymore. So he's moved on. He used to be one of my, like, almost every video type of commenters. He just kind of disappeared. He's still on YouTube doing stuff, but I don't think he has interest, but I'm leaving him up there. And then Fifth place is John. So you are more or less third. Obviously, as long as you keep commenting, you will bypass these people because they're not commenting anymore. I think you're pretty close to the shark guy. Old Elm has like 68 comments or something like that. But he's kind of up there. And then, yeah, from there, it's kind of just people who have been active. It kind of drops pretty quickly. After you, John, it kind of goes in people who got like 20 or less comments. A lot of them are there, but they're all people that have 10 or more. So you are basically fifth, but you are like third as far as active commenters go. So, and then, like I said, the live stream squad is down there. So there's a lot of people who have been in 2 or more of my live streams, but don't have 10 regular comments yet. So that's where you are. But there we go, 47,950. Pretty awesome. I'm gonna have to write that down somewhere because I'm gonna have to update the chat. We couldn't get 48, but I will say 47K on River Ride, and I'm going to update the description later on. So 37,950 River Raid. We got our new record. Yay! Good. Well, I'm happy that we did that. Not the most exciting game ever, but I'm very happy that we did it today. I'm happy the TV is working. And this, again, I guess we'll go over what we have here. These are the games that we have on Atari: Flashback 2, Adventure, Haunted House, Return to Haunted House, Request, Wizard. Again, all these are going to be on the Retro PC as well. All the classics like Asteroids, Arcade Pong, Asteroids Deluxe, Centipede, Lunarpede, Lunar Lander, Millipede, Missile Command, Space Duel, Battlezone, just all classic stuff. Some that I showed you on the Windows XP laptop recently. A few games that, I kind of play once in a while. I'm not too familiar. Cavern to Mars, Quadron, Saboteur, Space Ward, Yar's Return, Yar's Revenge, 3D Tic-Tac-Toe, Aqua Adventure, Atari Climber, Combat 2, Dodge and Fatal, Run, Frog Pond Hangman, Human Cannonball, Maze Craze, Off the Wall, Outlaw, Pitfall, Raider Lock, River Raid, Save Mary, Video Checkers, Video Chest. And then that's about it. But again, all these we have on the Atari Game Station Pro. Many of these we have on the Retro PC. But, they're still fun to play once in a while. But yeah, that's what that is. Let's since we have the TV working, let's plug in. Let's plug in our little handheld here, one of our handhelds. Yeah, if this is working, I might do, because I also have that poker game, little plug-and-play poker game with the RCA cables. I haven't done that in a while. That'd be fun to do that on here again, but I want to dedicate a little time. It does take a little time to go through, so that could be an upcoming live stream if this thing still is working. I'm a little shocked, but it does work, so at least for now. Very, very cool. And then, and then we'll get into Yakuza. Won't be staying up too late tonight because I do have some vlogging plans for tomorrow. I'm going to be headed back to my hometown of Northlake, so I actually will not be too far away from you, John. I'll be headed back to Northlake. I gotta see what's going on with the building of my former childhood home. I have not seen it in person since before it was torn down, and it's almost fully developed at this point. So we're going to be doing that. I'm doing a little nostalgia trip through Northlake, and going to be checking out some new interchanges. No, Elgin's not too far. I definitely think I'd have to confirm with them, but they would probably go out to McHenry. I don't think that's too far from them, but I would obviously call and verify it first. But no, that's not terribly bad. But yeah, I'm going to go do a little nostalgia trip down Northlake. I also want to check, there's some new interchanges off of 294 that connect to North Lake. I want to check that out in person for myself. And then after we do all the North Lake stuff, then I am going to head back up north to Schaumburg to check out the opened in January 2026 H-Mart. So I've done some vlogs now at Mitsuwa in Arlington Heights, the Japanese grocery store slash food court. Well, in January 2026, they opened in Schaumburg, and they've had it open in other locations as well. The H-Mart, which is the Korean-themed grocery store and food mart over there. So after I'm done with doing my North Lake stuff in the morning, I'm going to have lunch and do a vlog up there. So that's my plan for tomorrow. And let's get this put away real quick. Cool, I'm glad this worked. I am so happy this worked. So happy this worked. So now we gotta, in another 3 months or 6 months or something, we'll try to beat that record. Oh, I see the poker game right over here. So, poker game, I couldn't find it for the longest time, and I eventually did. But it's right there in the front of my closet, so we will be able to do that at some point. I might do that tomorrow, possibly. I've done that once. I've done one live stream with the poker game. But yeah, but I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna go to the classic, of course, which again I've done this a few times now. So again, I apologize. We'll just do quick little runs and stuff. But since this TV is working, it looks always great on there. And that, of course, is our Namco handheld, which includes the games of Miss Pac-Man, Galaga, Galaxian, Pole Position, and the Xevious, and Mappy. So I think that's what's on here. This was always one of my favorite handhelds that I had. Like outside the Game Boy, but these like kind of plug and play things with the RCAs. I wish I had bought more of these when I was younger, but you can still find them on eBay, I'm sure, and stuff like that. But you know, that have these guys in them, and they work perfectly on this TV. Of course, Mappy being probably one of my favorites. And yep, just turn on and it's good to go. No logins required. And there it is. Beautiful. But I will look up that ABC TV repair, so. Yep, okay, yep, so you know which one I'm talking about. Yes, I want to check out that. So supposedly you could exit from 294 southbound, do that, and then I forgot how I kind of heard my sister described it to me, but like then from there, then there's an extra ramp now that lets you go to Route 64 east into North Lake from there. So I don't know, or it either goes to North Avenue or Lake Street. I'm not sure, but I have not seen that in person yet either. So I want to check all that. So that's kind of how I'm going to go into North Lake. Going to see the update on the house. I also hear they may have done some updates at Foolroy Park, which I've done a vlog at before. My neighborhood park growing up. They may have done some updates there as well. So kind of interested. So won't be a ton of time spending down there, but it'll be nice. It's been a long time since whenever I did that last vlog down there. You know, update on my house. I went to Elmhurst College that day too. It's the last time I've actually done a video, and last time I've been in North Lake. It's just been forever. But yeah, this handheld thing's got to be like, man, it's old. It's over 20 years old at this point, basically. I mean, it's just crazy, and this thing still works. Yep, gotta love the Mappy sounds, man. This wasn't necessarily like an Atari thing, but this was also a very, very popular arcade game back in the day. Right along with Pac-Man, Galaga, and all the other Namco classics. Mappy is definitely something that should be released. I think at some point it'd be kind of cool. Or included in some kind of a classic collection. This bonus stage I've never been able to get through. I don't know if it's just something I'm doing wrong or what, but I've never been able to figure out. Yeah, it's like I can never get those top ones. I always run out of time. And like, I do everything I think is perfect as you can, but I've never been able to complete it. I don't know why. I'm not sure what the trick is. Something I gotta look up and ask Google on sometime. He caught me. Very good run there, though, for a second. Halfway decent run with this too. Honestly, we're actually doing pretty good right now. Now, unlike River Raid, I have not been keeping track of my record on this, but it's definitely one of the better games I've had in a while, for sure. Yeah, because we usually don't get to like a second bonus round, so okay, we'll see how much I stink this up. That's interesting. We ran across a time limit there. That's odd. Yeah, it shows you how to get to these levels too often. And the other one we got to do, so 2004, yeah, so this came out in 2004, this handheld. I've had it pretty much, I got it probably year 2004, 2005. Pole position, you know, I love this, so. It's hard to do this thing and not do pole position. It's a bummer that this is not a Sega thing. I'd love to have this in the Shenmue, but obviously this is not a. This is Namco. This is not a Sega thing. It'll never be in here, but this would be a great mini game for any sort of action game, role-playing game, whatever. This would be fun mini game. Just throwing it out there. Now, a place where they could have it as a bonus game would be in that Pac-Man Classic one that we have on Steam. They could have that as a bonus arcade game because it's all connected to Namco. So there wouldn't be anything stopping them from having it there. So maybe for an update for that. I don't know. Excited to play. And a lot of these we played recently. Obviously, the Pac-Man series, Galaga, done a lot of that. But yeah, let's head upstairs now. Do our Yakuza, since we are going to bed a little bit earlier than normal tonight. So want to get that done. And I got a few things I got to do on the computer before I go to bed anyway. Get some stuff loaded, get some stuff edited, got to get some bills paid, blah, 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 all that fun stuff. A few things I just got to do on the computer. All right, so we can turn this. Very cool. Love that this thing still works. Love that this works. Can't guarantee that tomorrow this thing's going to turn back on, but it works for now. And yeah, thank you for that suggestion. I will reach out to those guys. Now, we have ABC Plumbing, Heating, Electrical as we got like some membership, although we try not to use them as much anymore because we got the membership realizing before we used them for an emergency thing in the house, and then we realized over time how expensive everything is. They give us like an annual checkup on our furnace and AC unit and all that stuff, but try not to use them too much. We try to stick with local folks just because, yeah, ABC is very, very expensive. They do good work, but they're very, very expensive. I'm sure it's not the same people, so, but I will reach out to them. Yeah, Alps is not too far again. I don't know. Like I said, if it's going to cost me thousands of dollars, obviously I'm not going to do it. But, you know, if there's some chance that, you know, he can get this thing fully optimal, working, yeah, anything, little things that need to be replaced for a couple $100, something like that, then it's worth it. You know? You know, it's one of those things, if I was making a lot more money through, you know, ad revenue, super chats, super thanks, and all that stuff. If I had like a steady stream of income coming in through that, then yeah, I would say, hey, that's a good investment to put it back, you know, to this. But that's, you know, not, you know, anywhere near what could, you know, potentially be. But so I can't really treat it as an investment in the channel, but you know, it's a good investment in general if you have the money, because again, like I mentioned, these TVs are very sought after by retro enthusiasts, gaming enthusiasts, and it's the best way. Like you've seen, like I mentioned earlier, you know how choppy and pixelated my Super Nintendo looks on the dumb TV out there, the flat screen, the LG TV out there. It looks so much better on this thing. And I'd love to hook it back up here, but again, I don't know. I'm not going to hook it back up here until I know for sure that this thing is in prime working conditions. For now, it just stays out there, but yeah, I just got to be, you know, I gotta weigh the investment opportunity of it, the cost of it, how much is it worth it. You know, I can't necessarily make that money up in a live stream, you know, monetary wise. So it's I got to think about that. Obviously, there's other little things that need to be repaired around the house as well, you know. But I'd be very interested to see, because, like I said, if I could get this working, I think it would be worth it, because these things are once upon a time. This was, you know, these things were just like, hey, toss them out or whatever, put them to the curb. Now you can't even put them to the curb; people don't take them, but you find the right person there, this is actually a very valuable item these days. So throwing a couple $100 into it, I think, would actually not be a terrible thing. I'm not going to turn it back on. I'm not going to mess around with it. It turned off like normal. That blue thing that it did, that's a normal way that it turns off. And for now, we're just going to plug it and leave it unplugged for a little while. Like I said, I might see if it works tomorrow to do the poker live stream. I think that'll be kind of cool. We did that on the mini TV before, so that might be worth checking out, see if it works. But for now, we're just going to plug it, leave it alone. Like I said, it's not giving me signs that it's like broken, because the picture, when it works, is fine. The sound is fine. Everything's good and clear. It's just something triggers it once in a while where, to the best of my research, appears to be a safety feature where it says, nope, you are not going to turn on. Again, it could be simple things like capacitor or something like that, but just not an area of expertise for me. And I'm certainly not going to be taking this thing apart and frying myself. No, no way, no way. I'm sure there's just a few screws here that can do it. I see a screw over here somewhere, but yeah, no, we're not doing that. So not my thing. No, definitely not my thing. So we ain't touching nothing back there. So like I said, I can barely move the thing. It's so heavy. I haven't even taken this thing off the cart. I just moved it from one end of the room to the other. I didn't even move it off this cart because this thing is just so ridiculously heavy. It is. And I've had some of these flat screens back in my day. And this thing is heavier than anything I ever remember owning. It is a very, very big machine. Yeah, if that's the case for the capacitors, that would probably be the most ideal thing, because that could probably be fixed pretty quick and pretty cheaply. So fingers crossed. It's simple, but yeah, I got to get a professional to look at that, obviously. All right, so I'm gonna exit the live stream on this laptop. Not sure why the sound is off though. That's weird. Okay, anyway. And we'll head up for Yakuza for another hour or so before we wrap it up for the night. And right now my plan is, obviously, I don't know if it'll be poker or what, obviously, but we still planning on being here Tuesday night as well. The main game of that night will obviously be Shenmue. Back to our Shenmue 3. And then we also do have another new series that we have to start soon, Sleeping Dogs. At some point I'll figure out how to mix that in as well. There you go. Okay. Let me grab my little note here for my high score. Got to update that in the description, or the title of the video, live stream. 47,950. The quest will continue for 50K is going to be the next goal. It's going to be 50K. But that was, for having not played that game for a while, on any platform, that was actually a really darn good run for me. I reset it when I had to adjust like the volume or whatever, but at least sure all the remote's put away here. Let's see here. Yep, everything's put away. Okay, cool. All right. But yeah, for a first run for me for that, having not played it for long, that was actually pretty darn good. I still feel like for some reason I actually played it better on the handheld than actually on the retro PC. I don't know, it feels different to me. It feels more accurate. Again, you might get a little bit of that with the upscaling and stuff on the retro PCs, and But yeah, I've always felt like I've done better playing that on the Atari Flashback for some reason. And we don't have River Raid on the Atari Game Station Pro. So, like I said, I have it on the Atari Flashback 2 and then on the retro PC, and that's it. It's not on any other handheld or anything like that I own. Now, if they ever made that in one of those mini arcades, like the My Arcade things or whatever, those little mini games, that'd be awesome. could be hard to see though, because it is kind of small. But they make Centipede, and that's definitely not the easiest to see either. So potential. I don't think they've made any new ones of those for a while. There's still like one or two that I've kind of considered getting. Again, it's cool having it, but I got all those, you know. The 1942 is pretty special because of its connection to my version 1.0 and version 2.0 Wayne's Arcade World. That was not cheap. I got that newest gaming classic, I think in 2023, maybe 2024. But the other ones, the Miss Pac-Man, and they're cool. And actually, Todd got us a couple of those. I think my wife got me one. My mom might have got me one over the years. I don't really remember, but they're cool to play. They're not the easiest to capture on the stream though, because of the tiny screen and the weird angles. They're really hard to do on stream. But at some point, I might try to show it to you guys again. All right, so yeah, we're back into Yakuza. Let's get started, I guess. I'm not sure if Tyler is on Steam, but I will give him a little thumbs up thingy. Let him know that we're up here now. All right. Check out the sound here. Cool. I think we're ready. Let's do this. That's like Sega sound. Reminds me of the original Shenmue. Now, one of the cool things, or I don't know, cool, but I'm going to turn off because this is where we hit. This is where we hit with the copyright. I found out is that apparently this is like a 100-hour game to play or something like that. I did not realize that when I bought it. It's got apparently 17 chapters, some kind of crazy thing like 17 chapters. We're in chapter 2, so honestly, I don't even think I'm going to get this game finished in 2026. I think it's going to take us into 2027 easily. Maybe 2028. I don't know. Once we finish up with Shenmue 3, we'll be able to kind of pick up on this a little bit and get a little bit more. But yeah, this is not a short series. It makes Shenmue 1 through 3 seem like a small series. Like you can get, especially if you know what you're doing, you can get through Shenmue 1, 2, and 3 in less than 100 hours if you really know what you're doing. Like I said, I could probably replay it myself, and I might down the road. I could probably replay all those 3 and get it done even myself in under 100 hours. This takes at least 100 hours from all accounts that I've read online and Reddit and stuff like that. So just kind of nuts. And I mean, we're not moving around too slow. We're doing the missions. We've done 1 or 2 mini games, I think. Done some of the arcade games and stuff like that. But yeah, it's and this is just the prequel game. We're not even into the main one yet, the Like a Dragon game or whatever. That's like the next one down when we get to this done in 2 years or whatever it's going to take us. So got a long time to go. Hopefully we'll. Yeah, I read online a lot about this. A lot of people were talking about this. Were saying, hey, you just kind of enjoy the story, don't rush it. You know, I said if it feels like it's taking too long, take a little break, then go back at it. You'll appreciate it more in the story and everything. So we're just kind of moving along. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. We turn the sound off because of the copyright. Okay. So get our speakers back on. There we go. Oh, okay, yeah, we don't need to. Chapter 2. Only 16, 15 more chapters to go yet. Let's do this. Oh my goodness. Yeah. They have a kind of a relatively small map, compared to like Shenmue or even Watch Dogs. It's kind of a small map. For such a big story, it's more focused on the actual story as opposed to like the open world. There are definitely open world things you can do here for sure. Okay, so I think this is where we're meeting up with the real estate guy again. It's not the real estate dude. What? What?
らっしゃいませ。What's done this?
It's a good way to get a little boost, apparently. Apparently eat something. Okay, so that's how you get a little energy. You go to a restaurant and eat something. That's cool.
You realize Tachibana invited me here to see him. Would your president approve of tactics like this?
The president's not in at the moment.
Of course not.
I was told he'd meet me in the penthouse. Let me through and I'll wait.
Afraid you're working off bad information.
Aw.
What?
We were left very specific instructions by our manager, Oda. He said to expect a brash young thug to barge in and to send him away with some new bruises.
Well.
Oda told you that? Figures.
Listen, guy. I'll give you a chance to turn around. Not like I'm dying to get blood on my suit. Another one with more guts than sense. Can't even buy somebody a clue lately.
I've been hitting my share of brick walls the past few days. But this, getting invited inside, and then having the door shut in my face.
I told you, moron. Nobody invited you here.
Just move. You're wasting my time.
You know what, then? Fuck it. Enjoy the goddamn hospital bills.
upstairs. I mean, he was here the whole time.
And there you are, Oda. How's it hanging? You told me to come here. Then you had your men attack me. Why?
Only fair after you did all that research on us, no? If I'm supposed to get into bed with someone, best believe I'll take it for a test drive. Sure, you can hold your own fighting punks. But when we're talking about the inner ring, you'll forgive me for needing to kick the tires. Due diligence.
And what? Beating those guys was my way to prove myself?
Not really, no. You know what they say? You want something done right. That's right. It's so hard trying to find good help these days. The real estate seems a goddamn slaughterhouse out there. But hey, lucky for me, my blood runs hotter than any Yakuza's.
Trying to tell me there's a fighter inside a tacky suit?
I don't have an ego. Just know what I'm capable of. And that I'm more than a match for you.
In that case, I suppose neither of us have to hold anything back. I'll give you your damn slaughterhouse!
That's not an easy one. Yeah, that's good. It's tough. We're getting close. We're getting close to the end. I gotta be able to dodge this guy better. I think. Yeah, this dude's tough. I don't know if he's the boss battle of the chapter, but. Yeah, big fight. Big fight, definitely. Possibly. I don't know. Like, it just kind of... interesting. Yeah, let me look into that. I kind of forget that, so I think we can. Might be able to. Yeah, cool background. Well, that's handy. Yeah, I kind of forgot that you can do that to the start menu in the big fights. I didn't think you could do that while you were in the fight, so that's good. No, that'll help further. That might be all we needed to get through this guy. I mean, he's still kicking our butts, but... good start. There we go. Yeah, because this is in the last level, I think, of him, so... Well, I think we got it. We're gonna have to restock on some medicine and food and all the things, but... Thank you.
You're kidding me. Some punk off the street, and he puts my ass on the floor like a child? What a riot.
Oda. I hope I've convinced you now, Oda-san.
Yep. He's... You found yourself a real son of a bitch, boss.
What the hell? So this was your idea, not his? Indeed. Oda-san's opinion is invaluable to me. I trust him as I do my left hand. Before truly welcoming you to my agency, it was imperative that he approve as well.
Is that how it is? I'm starting to feel like you played me for a fool. Not the fight, I mean. I was almost ready to believe you had principles. Tachibana, isn't it about time you dropped the cloak and dagger act? I deserve to know why you approached me. Tell me what's going on with all this.
Very well. May I ask you this? What exactly is the city of Kamurocho, as you see it now?
Kamurocho. Couldn't say. Afraid I don't follow your question.
I have a theory, Kiryu-san. This place strikes me as a feeding ground for all the sharks of the Tojo clan. People blindly flock to this neon paradise, besought with wealth. The streets are awash with yen, and the Tojo Yakuza are devouring every bit of it.
What are you getting at?
The Tojo clan's power has encased this city in glass, and my aim, to shatter their fragile vault. To demonstrate.
What the hell?
Well, you got like some magical power or something.
Money is power. There's a reckoning on the horizon. I'll weigh my power against that of the Tojo clan, and to the victor. Currently, this is all I can manage. "10 seconds. Less than little against a stranglehold like theirs. However, there's a chip in their armor. A claim to stake among the rulers of Kamurocho. The empty lot is my pathway to power."
Just who are you?
I do not know how aware you are, but within the Tojo clan, there's far from a united front at present. Case in point, one particular member has allied with me. You ought to be familiar with him. In fact, it was at his suggestion I sought you out. He insisted that you would prove a most valuable asset to me.
You've got a mole. Someone in the Tojo clan. Who the hell is it?
A man wise enough to propose an alliance against a mutual adversary. The Dojima family's most venerable captain, one Kazuma Shintaro.
That can't be. Kazuma-san!
Correct me if I'm wrong. One of the Dojima lieutenants, Kuze-san, approached you to spy on Kazuma-san, did he not? He is privy to the fact that Kazuma-san possesses information on the empty lot. Perhaps you've wondered what that information is. I can tell you. Kazuma-san knows of someone able to locate the owner of the lot. Which is to say, myself.
You?
In this frantic race to secure the land, I've made far greater progress than Dojima has. Naturally, however, we only have as long as it takes them to discover that. Soon, they'll try to destroy us. Nevertheless, in the face of this coming conflict, it was his wish that you and I cooperate. Join hands, I believe he said. It was half a year ago he entrusted me with that directive. As I recall, that was shortly before his incarceration, unfortunately. With considerable certainty, he predicted Kuze would try to influence you, and that in turn, you would depart from the Dojima family.
You're lying. Not even Kazuma-san could have seen all this coming.
We're speaking of a man capable of rising not only to the top of his family, but the Tojo clan itself. In my opinion, his wisdom and acuity cannot be overestimated.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty accurate. So it's gonna be cool to see the enhanced one though. Looking forward to that.
Is a learned practice.
I don't think I'm gonna purchase that, even though I played 2 and 3. I want to see what the enhanced ones are like.
I imagine it exceeds mere pedestrian desire to maintain his authority. Knowing the man as I do, I would ascribe to him far more ambitious designs.
If that's really true, why is he in prison? He should be here.
A necessary step in his strategy, I would presume. Such is what I'm inclined to believe.
Jail time. All for this plan.
Have we reached an understanding? Kiryu-san.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm having a hard time following all this story. There's a lot of story for me to try to follow, but I've tried.
I need some kind of proof that Kazuma-san confided all this to you.
As a matter of fact, he left me with this for just such a request.
It can't be.
I trust you recognize it then. He said you would. A gift given to him by Yumi-san. I could tell that he treasured it.
Drivable cars is always a cool thing.
Kazuma-san. He left this to you.
With the understanding I would pass it on to you. When all of this is over, you can return it to him. Personally. As he wished.
I'm starting to realize I still have no idea who he is. The man who raised me.
Oh, so that's his, like, father figure person or
This is what
whatever.
he needs from me.
Apparently his father figure person was connected to the real estate guy, but connected to the Toji clan. I don't know. I can't.
I decided that for myself the day I went against his wishes and joined the Yakuza. I am prepared for anything.
It's a lot of story to try and keep track of. I'm trying to figure it out.
In that case, it pleases me greatly to welcome you into the fold, Kiryu-san.
Hey, did we complete Chapter 2? Chapter 2, the real estate broker in the shadows. Completion bonus of Y3 million. Wow. Well, I mean, yeah, heck yeah, let's save it. Welcome to Chapter 3 of Gilded Cage. Okay. We got a full-on movie going on here.
Wow, this place looks great. Even in Tokyo, I've never seen a place with such glitz and glam.
Of course not. She's the #1 club in a town that knows clubs.
A trip to Sotenbori without a trip to the Grand is like takoyaki without the octopus in it. And we put you through making the long trip down to see us, Chief. The very least we can do is give you a fun night. Come on, let's get to it.
Say, are you sure this is safe? With all the you-know-whats you've got around here?
Don't even sweat it, Chief. Honestly now, how many times are you gonna make me say it before you believe me?
Yes, but isn't Sotenbori supposed to be the only Alliance's backyard? I've heard this whole town is just crawling with Yakuza.
What?
And this sort of establishment in particular. Like right there. He's got to be Yakuza, right? I think I should head back after all.
Chief, it's totally fine. I mean it. Yeah, sure. We've got some rough clubs around town, but this place is 100% safe. I guarantee it. And yeah, that guy was probably a mobster, but they all tend to behave themselves in here.
You're awfully adamant about this place.
Details. No more worrying yourself, you hear? Now let's have a seat and get things rolling. Yeah? Come on, take a load off.
I suppose.
Evening. How are you?
Mind if we join?
It's fine. Good evening.
Nice, huh? They got the prettiest girls in town here. See this guy? He's one of the big shots at a huge firm out in Tokyo. Go on. Now's your chance, ladies.
Oh, so
Yeah.
he is someone important.
I guess if you watch the closed captions, it's
You're
good.
here all the way from Tokyo?
But yeah, they do a lot of the text box things too.
Cool. Are you able to come
But at least
here
here you got the nice voice actors and actresses. That's good.
Nah, just a chance business trip this time. I'm only here because he insisted.
Yep. So if you two don't make this a night to remember, my shining reputation's completely
Yeah.
shot. I'm counting on you.
Uh-oh, that's a lot of responsibility.
Well, let's start with drinks then, huh? What'll it be for ya?
Let's see.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, they did a good job with their
100,000 for
seats.
champagne? They're not fooling around here, are they?
In that case, let's go with the champagne.
Wait. Are you really sure? But that's so much.
No problem, no problem. I won't have you worrying about the bill, Chief. You just focus on having a good time. Champagne.
What an excellent choice, sir. Although, will one bottle be enough?
What?
Oh, good point. We've got a Tokyo bigwig with us. Wouldn't a single bottle go awfully fast? You don't want him thinking us so sucking so cheapskates, do ya?
Ladies.
Mm-hmm. Valid point. We must show him who we are. It's settled. Let's do this thing right. And the right way is to drink one bottle each.
So, 4 bottles then.
What, you two get your own? Fine,
Yep.
bring them on.
June 2025. Crazy, huh?
Oh, a true gentleman.
Oh.
We're ready to order.
That's okay. Oh, sweet. Okay.
This club is great. Very lively. But last time I was in town, I'd never even heard of it.
Well, this place probably haven't picked up yet. It was more recent.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. I guess they made a change in management. Then all of a sudden, boom.
Does a new manager really make that much of a difference?
He got girls, poached them from other clubs. Also did the sorts of things you shouldn't talk about, if you want to believe the rumors.
Yeah,
He took what
exactly.
used to be a big, sad, empty box and brought the place all the way up to the top of the heap.
Oh, he must be quite the businessman.
Yes, our manager's famous. Anyone who works in the nightlife business around these parts is certain to know all about him.
Is that so? Well, in in that case, I hope I'm lucky enough to meet him someday.
Hey, quit it! I said that's enough!
I'm paying good money here just to get a decent handful. Oh, come on, you're enjoying it too, aren't you?
Excuse me, sir. We've affirmed no touch. So please, restrain yourself. Listen, mister. I'm trying to warn you.
You're telling me if I don't stop, you'll do. You're getting my money, aren't you? Quit griping, asshole!
Oh,
Tried warning you.
You see that? What if this is supposed to be okay? Let's go.
Well, Spot's to start something. Calm down, Chief. He'll take care of this soon.
Who will? And what makes you so sure of that?
They've got a secret weapon. Here he comes.
What, him? That's the guy? He doesn't look like a secret weapon.
Good evening, sir.
Huh?
Your patronage here tonight is very appreciated.
Who's this guy? You the bouncer or what?
A fairly common mistake, but a mistake nonetheless.
Yeah? Then what the hell are you supposed to be?
My apologies, sir, for only introducing myself now. Majima, at your service.
You saying you're the manager of this whole show?
Wait, he's the famous one?
Can't believe they got a Yakuza running a place like this.
I apologize for the crude impression. Rest assured, I'm a civilian. Now to the matter at hand. I'll remind you, sir, the touching of any of the employees here is strictly prohibited.
Well, if it's bothering you so much, you gonna try and stop me? Ah! Where's that gangster face all show?
Well, sir, that just won't do here. Because of the grand, the customer is king.
Oh, so that's what you were trying to get at, huh? Real impressive policy. I'm a big fan. Here, why don't you let your king treat you to a nice reward? How's that? You like what your king gives you?
Oh, wow, yeah.
How very kind of you.
Yeah, probably. That's a good point, yeah.
I've always said I love this brand so much I could only dream of bathing in it. You've made that beautiful dream come true.
You got some balls on you. Huh, smartass?
Dear customer, I must repeat my earlier request. Perhaps you've had enough fun for one evening. However, if you continue to insist on causing a disturbance...
Yeah? Then what are you gonna do?
Your funeral.
Boys! Give me one with a beat!
Oh, okay. Interesting, okay.
Then allow me. I would be honored to dance with you.
Please don't.
so without improper touching or violence. After all, at the Grand, the customer is king. You'll recall.
So you're gonna keep sticking to that, huh? I'll make you pay!
Then,
It's showtime! With you, you son of a... You little... Look out! Stop screwing with me!
for your own safety, I think I'll hold on to this, sir. Thank you very much, sir. On your feet, asshole. You're off to the cops.
Serves you right!
Yeah.
Suck it!
Attention, please. As you've seen here tonight, this gentleman has violated several cabaret rules and has caused quite the disturbance for you all. Considering that, I believe you'd all agree we would be justified in turning him into the police. However, I ask instead for your compassion on this night.
What are you saying, sir?
Allow me to remind you all, if we decide to involve the police, the gentleman would lose the social standing a lifetime of hard work has built. Is that not too harsh a punishment for him? Over a single night of misguided choices? Instead of that, I would ask the gentleman for a single favor.
From me?
Yes. As is the custom in the nightlife, I ask that you use fresh wine to make amends for that which you have soured. Perhaps you'd like to treat the entire club by covering every guest's tab on this fine evening. Of course, as head of sales for all of Soten Pharmaceuticals, your entertainment budget can handle that with ease.
How did you get my... When did you take it?
I do not wish to see a customer made a criminal. However, I must also ensure the other patrons here fully enjoy themselves. I understand this may be a selfish request, but please, if you would be so kind, I ask you grant me this indulgence.
You got it. I mean, if y'all are okay with me doing it and all, maybe I can, cover everyone's tab for the whole night. Will that be enough to make it up to you guys?
My sincerest thanks. You have all now heard the gentleman's appeal. Grand Cabaret, what say you?
I've never been to a club like that.
You have my gratitude. Your show of generosity tonight is deeply touching to us. Well, let's not forget tonight's real star. A round of applause for his courage. And on that lovely note, I leave you to enjoy your evening.
You weren't wrong. Quite a weapon.
Yep.
I see what you mean now. To raise a place like this all the way up to #1, you need a guy like him.
That's what everybody says, especially after seeing him in action. The manager of the Grand Cabaret, Goro Machi,
Yeah, definitely.
Sotenbori's own Lord of the Night.
Thank you for resolving that, sir. I'm sorry the need arises so frequently.
How's the floor looking? People calm down?
Yes, sir. Not much different than before the incident, though we've got orders pouring in now that they're drinking on someone else's tab.
Not bad. Any injuries?
No, sir. Ono got shoved and took a spill, but he's fine.
See, that Maki-chan gets a bonus tonight. Nothing kills morale like getting felt up and having to squat to show for it.
Of course. I already made the arrangements.
Good. Aside from that, just tell him to keep a close eye on Captain Grabass. I kept his card, but that don't mean he won't try slipping out on the tab.
I've already assigned some staff to that as well, sir.
Nice. Speaking of, how's the staff getting on these days?
No major concerns to report, although...
How was it?
There's a hostess we got in last month, Kanai-chan. She seems to be butting heads with some of the other girls. Sakurako-chan in particular.
This shit again. Man, hurting these women is gonna put me in the nut house.
I tried to have a word with her about it, but she's tenacious.
Fine, all right. I'll go drop some wisdom.
Sorry to trouble you with it, sir. I appreciate your help. Well, I'll get back to the floor now.
What has shocked me? I don't know. That's a good question. Definitely the details in the cutscenes have been pretty big for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, very detailed storyline. Oh, the amount of chapters is pretty surprising too. I did not realize the story was as quite as big as that. Oh, okay, interesting. That's cool. I like Hawaii, so that is gonna be fun. We'll get to that. Interesting, cool graphics. Ooh, cool graphics. Oh, I like that picture. Love the Hawaii vibe on there. That's nice. Let's go. Aw, that's cute. Oh, that is cute. I love that pet tiger.
like the guy gotta wait for his drink here.
That's the guy. Something wrong?
No, don't worry about it.
I'm sorry to interrupt, sir.
About time. You got my drink? Well, if it isn't Mr. Eye Patch Manager. Nothing beats booze somebody else is buying, am I right?
Pardon me, sir. I'd like to have a word with you. Would you accompany me for a moment?
Oh, come on. Just as I was finally getting a buzz.
I assure you I'll be brief. Please, sir.
Yeah, fine, okay. But only because it's a request from Mr. Manager. All right. Back in a minute, babe. Sir, should I?
I'll handle this customer. You can return to the floor.
Sure, understood, sir.
So, shall we then?
Lead the way. Man, business is booming, eh? This place had one foot in the grave not too long ago. Amazing how things change.
Care to tell me why you're here, Sagawan?
Don't be so prickly, Machan. I just dropped in to see you in action myself. Part of my job. That was a nice bonus getting to drink for free, though.
Can you at least try to behave when you come here? You'll drive off customers.
All right, I'm sorry about that. Guess I got a little carried away. Keep it up. You turned a pickle into a profit tonight. That's just like you, my boy. Sotomori's Lord of the Night. You turn a problem customer into part of the show, then drive sales through the roof by sticking them with the tab. Pretty genius. It's like I keep telling you, the straight and narrow's a good look for you. Come on, don't you agree?
Screw that. Anyone who'd live like this on purpose is a chump.
You don't know how good you've got it. Money, standing, fame, you got all three. Not to mention, that means you're probably drowning in women. But hey, maybe that's just not your flavor. Pretty damn ironic, isn't it? The one guy in this entire town who's got what everybody else wants is the one guy looking for something else. Guess old Madam Happiness is a real bitch that way, eh?
You sure are awful chatty today.
Well, you're certainly not going to keep the conversation going, but hey, I get it. It makes sense you wouldn't exactly be satisfied around here. What with this whole setup being a punishment for you? If you were having fun, it'd be trouble for both me and Brother Shimano.
I'd appreciate it if you get to the point already. How much longer till you let me back in the Yakuza, Mr. Owner?
Wow, you're a real broken record with that question. Why the big rush to get back into all this? Honestly, I just don't get it.
Well, it ain't something you have to get. Here's this month's take. If I can keep up the same pace, you'll have your full 100 million by this time next month.
Wow. Color me impressed.
Cut the bullshit. I get you that money, and you convince Shimano to let me back in the family. That was the
This
deal.
guy wants in the family. The other guy wants out of the family. This guy wants in the family.
My memory's a little hazy.
I got no patience for jokes when it comes to this.
Fine, then. Show me another 500 million. Then I'll have that little chat for you.
You recently red bastard.
What? You gonna hit me or not? Silly question. We both know you can't. Because if you did, you'd be headed right back in the hole. Wouldn't want that after finally seeing daylight again. Hmm? This is how it works in the world you're so hell-bent on getting back into. You think a Yakuza's gonna let a cash cow like you go free? Come on, you're smarter than that. So how about it? That civilian life still sound like it's for chumps?
Fuck it. 500 million, billion, whatever. I'll make however much it takes. If it gets me back in the game, I'm willing to do anything.
Oh, you'd do anything.
That's what I said.
How about a hit then? What's wrong? Thought you said anything. If getting back into the family meant killing someone, could you do it? Relax. I'm kidding. Sorry for pushing your buttons, Tiger. I'm just saying, in Yakuza life, that's a line you may have to cross. And I wanted to make sure you were aware of that. Anyway, you're doing a bang-up job. Keep it up. Oh, that's right. I forgot one little thing. You've got a hostess here. Noriko's her name, I think.
Sure, what about her?
Yeah, you see, I'm gonna need her over at another club starting tomorrow. What? That place needs a shot in the arm. Noriko's your number one here, isn't she? I figured she'd be perfect for the job. I already let her know, so you just need to help her pack up her things. Oh, and don't go letting those profits slide, you hear me? You've got another 500 million to go, buddy boy.
Excuse my intrusion, sir. I just got a call from Noriko-chan saying she's jumping ship to a different club starting tomorrow.
Yeah, I just heard about it myself.
Oh, you knew? Okay, but still, couldn't she have given us a little more notice? Losing her will have a serious effect on our numbers.
Tell me about it. But it's the owner's call. There's nothing we can do to stop it.
Oh, I see. I guess that's that. It'll be hard coming back from this.
No shit. Well, I ain't got time to mope around about it, though. Quick, off the top of your head, who's the hottest hostess in town right now outside the Grand?
Outside the Grand? Well, let me think. The best would probably be Nozomi-chan from Club Odyssey.
Nozomi!
It's gotta be her. She's a big reason why there are...
Nozomi's back! Hey!
Is that right?
I knew Nozomi would return.
Guess I'm heading up.
She apparently works at the club. I never really took her as a club-type person, though, but,
You gotta ask. I'm poaching Nozomi from Odyssey.
Nozomi! Aww.
Wouldn't that cause a
I
lot
thought she was in Canada, but
I mean, headhunting your top competitor's best earner. How are you even going to go about doing it?
The nightlife biz is a jungle. The strong eat the weak. We trip, the grand will come crumbling down. My job is to do what it takes to prevent that. Now, hold down the fort.
Understood, sir. Please, just be careful.
I guess so. Yeah, very cool music. Very cool vibes. I haven't been to a lot of clubs ever in my life, but that is kind of cool, I know. Yeah, I feel like we learned we got into a big part of the story today. I didn't know that it was gonna be that big of a storyline.
Yeah.
The shifty-eyed man. Yeah, it does seem like they are missing a lot of buildings for sure. Like, not all of them, but almost all of them are intro and Shenmue. It's a little different for sure.
Yeah.
Nozomi! I knew we'd see Nozomi again. All right, that's where we're going to wrap it up for the night. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, John, for joining. Yeah, we made some good progress, I think, tonight, man. We had a lot to do on it. Very cool, very cool. Yeah, awesome, guys. Well, thank you. We had some River Raid. We got our little record on River Raid tonight as well. So I think we had a good positive night tonight. Yeah, we'll catch up with you guys tomorrow night. We'll be back into Shenmue 3. And hopefully have a good day in that. And yeah, I know we're getting closer to the end of that. So look forward to seeing what the next part of our chapter on that as well. But I'll look forward to talking to you on Instagram, Tyler. And everyone else, I hope you have a wonderful night. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.